Ryan here for Encore. This episode is for the TRX4M Mini Cooper that I built in December 2024 for the 50th episode of the Rockstar Crawlers channel. It's also my first short wheelbase TRX4M, which makes it even more special to me. I took some learnings from building my SCX24 Mini Cooper and combined it with my experience in building TRX4Ms when I was planning this build. I was able to plan around the common traps of a shorty build, like being tippy or tending to tip over easily, being heavy on the center instead of in front, and having limited space for electronics and other components. So my aspiration for this build was to create a shorty TRX4M that can actually take on challenging lines instead of just another fun build. And I want to do it right the first time. Of course, I also wanted to have the same level of aesthetics as my other builds. For the build breakdown, let's look into the chassis and links, wheels, tires and inserts, and the bodyworks. One thing I learned from building my short wheelbase SCX24 Mini Cooper was that finding a chassis with the right mounting holes can be challenging. So when DBRC released this King Snake chassis, I knew instantly that it was an opportunity for me to build a shorty TRX4M. It had all the mounting holes I'll need, plus a performance-oriented geometry with its 12-degree skid angle. It also has the right length, so no need for me to trim or drill holes. The chassis kit came with a transmission plate, side trays, a mini ESC tray, frame braces, magnets, and hardware. Davey of DBRC also threw in this receiver box for a 4-channel radio link receiver, and it was very helpful in cleaning up the electronics layout. Unlike DBRC's Gila Monster chassis, the King Snake chassis is not narrower in front, so there's a little more headroom for the steering servo. But after the test crawl, I had to trim this part of the frame brace to allow freer movement since this build rides low. Another challenge I learned from building the shorty SCX24 Mini Cooper is the constricting link geometry. Since the links are short, you don't always get the articulation that you want. So for this 4M Mini Cooper, I reached out to RCSteve for a custom link set. I ordered Bronco fronts plus high trail fronts for the King Snake chassis, and he did not disappoint as usual. These links came fully assembled, which was a big plus for me. He mentioned that the rear links were designed specifically to roll back the rear axles a bit, to tuck up the drive shaft and keep it at the correct angle, which makes sense because there's no point in using high clearance links if your drive shaft gets hung up when braking over. The front links were also adjusted to prevent the front axles from rolling forward due to the skid angle. The rear upper links can be mounted outboard for better stability. I got to test these links on several mounting holes, and so far, there are 2 positions that worked for the setup. When mounted here together with the rear upper link truss on the axle, it gives the build better stability and drive shaft angle. When mounted here on the lower hole without the rear axle truss, it gives the rear axles more flexibility. I had to modify the side trays a bit to clear the space beside the mounting hole. It's a nice option to have for doing adjustments on the fly. So more stability here, then more flexibility here. You can choose and adjust depending on your crawling style or the terrain. You can practically use any set of links on this chassis, and it's just a matter of choosing the right mounting positions to get the geometry that can work for your setup. If you're gonna use a rod type link like this, you can adjust the angle of the rod ends, and you can also add spacers to extend the length by 1 or 2 millimeters. You can purchase these wheels at WTMicro.shop website, but you've got to keep an eye out because they sell really fast when stocked. These wheels have 0 offset, which are perfect for these stock width axles because I don't want the stance to be too wide. The set comes with aluminum inner rings that have a 31.5mm diameter. For comparison, Endurance inner rings are usually 27 or 28, and Thrills rings are 31, so these inner rings are somewhat on the larger end. For mounting tires with thicker beads like J-Concepts, the set also includes extra 3D printed rings that are slightly narrower, but I ended up using brass rings in front and aluminum at the back to add some weight to these lightweight aluminum axles. These tires were a little challenging to mount on these wheels, but what I did was I used 5 long screws first before putting in the shorter screws that came with the wheels. Each beadlock ring has 15 holes, so I did 5 screws at a time, circling around in a star pattern and turning each screw with just a few times so the beads won't slip. There's also scale hardware from RCS.com that you can use on these wheels, and they look really cool, so I might change this with those later on. Then, these wheels and tires were sent over to Sticky Wheels for the fitting of 3D printed inserts. I ordered a custom set with 8 ribs for the front wheels and 10 ribs for the rear wheels, soft in front and medium soft at the back. These ones here are the initial set of inserts made for the build, but Sticky Wheels offered the second set that were in single stage. The second set of inserts didn't have this layer here at the core to maximize the squish, since the inner rings were 31.5mm and the tires were just 57mm. Removing these ribs here will give the tires more space to compress. So I mixed and matched the inserts for testing and ended up using the single stage set. It has enough conformity and traction for the weight of the rig. I will use this dual stage set for another build, and I can already tell that these inserts are good for tires that have thinner carcass and tread, probably for comp paints or something similar. I wanted this Mini Cooper RS body from SkillSwitch to be raw, so it was shipped to me without any primer or finishing. The first work I did on this body was to scribe the panels. I thickened and deepened the lines on the doors, hood, bumpers, fenders, and lights so they can remain visible after applying primer and paint. Then, I chopped this body all around. I remodeled the front bumper to make it more chiseled and angular, like an off-roading bumper. For the rear bumper, I trimmed the sides and the lower part for a better departure angle. I trimmed the fenders and reshaped the wheel wells to make more room for steering and flexing. This Mini Cooper has a long, flat roof which can look boring, so I carved out a panoramic sunroof to give it more character. For the paint job, I started with rough sanding to reduce the imperfections. Then, I applied 1 layer of high build primer and smooth sanding, followed by 1 layer of white Tamiya primer. For the final color, I used Tamiya Royal Grey and Matte Black and hand-painted these aluminum details on the body and lights, then spray-painted this orange stripe here together with the cage. Then I finished it off with a glossy clear coat, except for the bumpers and fenders. I made the sunroof glass from a plastic bottle and glued it together with the black plastic frame underneath. To complete the off-roading look, I mounted this deadbolt cage inside the body together with the interior panels. Lastly, we can't round up this King Snake build without a Cobra Commander driver figure, right? This axle truss is from Glowback, while these lightweight aluminum axles are from Yeah Racing, so they don't necessarily match. I had to grind the axle truss a bit to align the mounting holes with the axle. This is an Endura low gear transmission assembly powered by Cedar and Python Pro. I originally planned on using the Unity motor on this, but the motor was too long that it touched the servo. I could have flipped the transmission around to solve it, but that would put more weight on the rear. Then I used a small 3S battery that fits within the side tray so I can move as much weight forward as possible. This setup weighs 659 grams. It's 100 to 150 grams lighter than my other TRX4M builds with hard body and longer wheelbase. It has a 57% front weight bias, and that's a lot better than I expected. Shorty builds have the transmission plate right smack in between the front and back wheels. That's why the weight is shared almost evenly. Without the body, this setup only weighs 504 grams with a 59% front weight bias. So if I put a Lexan body on this, the performance is gonna improve even more. So that's it for this episode. I hope that I have imparted something useful or at least something interesting with this breakdown. We have more new builds and build reviews coming this year, so I hope you can stick around for those. As always, thank you for supporting my channel, thank you for watching, and keep rocking!